Hello world, this is a Frugal Millennial and today I'll be doing a property review on the third property that I ever purchased. Now this property is located in the greater Geelong area, and for those who don't know, Geelong is the second biggest city in Victoria. It has a population of above 250,000, whereas Melbourne has a population of about 5 million people. Geelong is set to grow by 64.16% from 2016 to 2041. The age group that's contributing to the most net migration is the 20 to 24 year olds, and these are mainly students who come from Melbourne or interstate to attend Deakin University. The main industries going in Geelong besides education is health, retail, construction, manufacturing and tourism. Nerida Kunispi, chief economist at realestate.com.au, said in 2020 that Geelong has been one of the strongest price growth areas in Australia over the past few years, and it has become more and more popular with Melburnians. She then went on to say, a few things are driving Geelong's increase in popularity, most importantly affordability and easy access to Melbourne. People are realising that you can enjoy a Melburnian lifestyle in Geelong for a fraction of the price. And that is the background of Geelong. Now back to the property that I bought in 2015. It was on the market for $255,000. At the time, it was the cheapest property that I could find in Geelong. The property itself is not in very good condition. It is a weatherboard that had this fake brick veneer on the outside, which contains asbestos in the sheets. There's an extension at the back that I don't think is legal because in the actual plan of the Section 32 it wasn't specified. Anyway, the house had a lot of potential because it was located in a growing suburb and only 11 minutes away from the main station. Furthermore, this house had two frontages, i.e. two street access in the front and the back. Pretty much on settlement day, I went in and did renovation to this property. The renovations we did was cosmetic. Here's a lounge room which had wall-to-wall of wallpaper. When I stripped back the first layer of wallpaper, it revealed more wallpaper. After stripping off the wallpaper, I was able to sand it back and apply a coat of primer and paint. We were able to strip back the lovely 70s green carpet. In one section we had salvageable floorboards, so we were able to varnish one section of the floorboards whilst replacing the other with carpet squares. Now this is a very budget-friendly idea. Carpet squares are roughly about $5 each square, and you can just place it on top of your existing subfloor to make it look like there's a carpet there. And these are usually used in offices, but because I was on a budget, I decided to just put it into one part of the lounge room. And this is a lovely vintage bathroom from the 70s. Who am I kidding? This is the ugliest bathroom I've ever seen. Because the bathroom was built in the 70s, there was a high chance that it had asbestos within the walls. So we got an expert to come in and he verified that there's high chance of having asbestos within the walls. We decided not to do anything to it because we just want a cosmetic renovation in order for it to be rented out. Plus, there was really no point as we know that we were going to knock it down in the future. Next to this bathroom is this tiny room / study. Underneath the vinyl there wasn't any salvageable floorboards, so I decided to cap it with the carpet square. And this is the other view of the lounge room. Excuse the decorative mess that the demolition guys have left. And to the left is this kitchen. The kitchen was still very functional. It had wallpaper all over the walls. I decided instead of removing it, I would just paint over the wallpaper because at this stage I was so tired. I just didn't have any energy in me to rip down the wallpaper. So in the front are two main bedrooms. They're about the same size as each other. When I first purchased this, it had a really nice pink colour, and I say this sarcastically. There were decent sized bedrooms that just needed a coat of white paint. I normally stick to white paint because I feel it's a timeless and safe color that is easy to replace. So this area I'm showing you is the illegal extension. Now guys, if you are ever going to build any extension or have any work done to your property, you should double check that whether you need a permit or not. Otherwise you could be hit with a fine. I'm also removing the garage. The real estate agent told me the existing tenant living there had a hydroponic farm in the garage. Now, I like to give people benefit of doubt, so in my mind, they're just growing hydroponic tomatoes. But I'm glad that is gone. So we're gonna clear the back and level that out to make way for a double-story building. Our current plan is to build 3 properties on this allotment. With the existing house, we're gonna knock it down and replace that with 2 side-by-side complexes. At the back, we're building a 2-story house with 4 bedrooms, 1 rumpus room, and a open space living. In 2015, when I first saw this property, I didn't fall in love with the exterior. Now remember back to my video where I showed you how I assess a investment property. One of the things I do is find the ugliest duckling on the best street. Now this is a really good street. On the back, there is residential properties on one side, and to the other side is just corrugated iron or wooden fencing. So you could potentially build units at the back. That is one of the reasons why I fell in love with the property. However, at the back of my property, you can see this island that I mentioned before, which belongs to the council. In order to remove it, you will need to contest with the council and get their approval. This is why I couldn't build 2 duplexes at the back, because you need a driveway for each of the duplex. Hence, you can only fit a house at the back. And I'm utilizing the land space very well by not having such a big backyard, and I'm building up. You can see further down the street, there's another property which is going to be very similar to the property that I'm building for the back street. I recently got a white card, which is an owner builder's card. This means I oversee the construction of my property myself. This way I can save around about 20 to 30%. However, on completion, I have to reside there for at least a year. In the front, I'm hoping to build this duplex, which is on the same street as mine. This duplex is made from sustainable material. It has a very modern look inside. The rooms are a tad too small, but I am going to rent out the properties in the future. In the current market, each of these properties are rented out at about $370 per week. I'm estimating the build to be about 1 to 2 years for all 3 properties. I currently only have the budget to build the house at the back, so I'm going ahead with that at the moment. Once that's built, I'll be getting a loan from the bank to build the duplexes in the front. This is where I normally give you an estimate of the true value of all my properties, but because I haven't built them, I'm a little bit hesitant. And that's it of the video this week. I have some very exciting news. I'll be making a podcast with my friends called Mula Mula, where I interview them about their personal finance and investments. So I hope you come back for those. This will be happening in 1 week's time. Speaking of Mula Mula, if you like free money, stocks, getting money back for spending money, go to the links below. I also have a recommendation for a book in the link below, so go and check it out. Anyway, please like and subscribe to this video. Until next time, thanks for watching.